Welcome back to Wise Up Biz Talk, where they find a business lesson in everything and help you wise up. Let's get started with your hostesses, Em and Kim.
So this week we were mind feeding, and we were, I guess, educating ourselves, right?
Yes, we
So
were.
keep us on top of different things in our business. And we took a webinar on structuring, business structuring, and we're just talking about that and share how you started your business.
Well, I started my business with nothing. I left a brokerage firm that was horrible because they didn't, whatever. I'm not gonna get into
It was
that.
a corporate world.
It was a corporate. I was working for the man, and I didn't want to do that anymore. So when I started my business, I had no idea how to start a business. I just went, Googled it, and I went to the county courthouse, I think, and filed a DBA.
So I think the majority of people, they do that too as well.
I think most people do that because, you know, when it starts getting into law and stuff and taxes and all that, it's not something that's not my expertise. So I just went and filed the DBA, ordered some business cards, and boom, I had a business.
But you know, like whenever you order a business card, there's certain ways you have to print like the title.
Yeah, so, and it's interesting because it's not until you actually start moving into your business, right? That you're like, wow, this is not the way my business should be set up. Because everyone's like, nobody would sue me, I'm broke, or nobody would do this because this is not that kind of business, or, you know, you never think about that stuff. But one thing I know that I've learned about with JT Fox is that you have to prepare for the worst case scenario in your business.
Yes.
Things like COVID-19,
What's
death,
unexpected,
divorce, you know, just the worst of the worst, so that you're prepared for it. But in our when we were mind feeding, we listened to a really good webinar about it, because obviously we can't do a live in-person training, which that normally is, but they talk about business structuring and the importance of it. You know, and I think I started learning a lot about business structure when it came time for taxes. Because when you're just a DBA sole proprietor, you are missing out on certain tax benefits and reducing your tax liabilities. And I don't know, sometimes I just thought, you know, if I see LLC or S Corp or corporation,
kind of scared you, right?
Inc. You know, you're thinking about these like
big
huge companies. Like, oh, look, I'm just like a little insurance agent. What do I know? You know.
And did you know that you get more chances of getting audited from the IRS?
I learned that on that webinar. Is if you're a sole proprietor DBA, your chances of your being audited are a lot higher than if you weren't. And if you do your own taxes, unless you're a tax professional. But if you do your own taxes, that was another thing that we learned from that. So, I mean, how did you set up? Did you set up very similar, or did you already automatically know? Because you kind of play in the tax field a little bit.
Because I'm an EA, so which is an enrolled agent, so I do prepare taxes and also can represent in front of the IRS too as well. So I started mine as an LLC, so limited liability.
Just right off the bat?
Yes.
When I met you at Copeland?
No, not really, because I didn't know how far I would go with that business, really. I didn't know.
When I met this girl, I was like, how much money do you want to make a month to justify you doing this? And what was your answer?
It was like it's just enough to pay my bills, like what, about $2,000?
Not even. You said, if I make $1,000 a month, I'm happy. And I'm like, great. Now she's making a lot.
$1 trillion, I guess.
I don't know about trillion. Maybe like the best insurance agent in the world. No, but you make a very good living, and it's one. But when you started, back then, now you do it in LLC because you realize the tax benefits of it. But when you first started, you were an independent insurance agent, right?
Yes.
Did you even file a DBA?
No, I did not. I did not at all, because I didn't think that it was. I don't know. I mean, it wasn't really a career choice. I would kind of stumble into this field, you know, by talking to people, networking, and they introduced me into this field.
Now I'm like curious, like how did you get into the insurance business?
Oh my God, I totally forgot. He kind of blanked out right now? I can picture him, but I totally forgot his name. I would give him credit, but I forgot his name because it's been a while since I saw him. Yeah, so it's just that you never know who you're going to stumble on, or the opportunity, who you're going to meet to introduce you to this opportunity, you know?
So you got into it, you just started. You
got
a
insurance
license.
Yeah, the thing is, insurance wasn't on my mind, but I was hungry because I have no income coming in. So I have to do something. If not, how can I pay my bills? I'm gonna feed my big baby, you know.
Your big baby, what's that? You have a
My big baby.
Oh, your husband. It's like, big baby, I thought you had a dog or something.
Yeah, so and then start working, and then I met Emily along the way, and I just say that she helped me a lot, and she gave me opportunity. So it's very important for you to know who you're gonna align with, and who's an expert in your field. That will be, or find a mentor. Somebody would guide you from point A to point B instead of zigzagging.
Yeah.
So she kind of did that, and she kind of got me into a great opportunity, which helped me grow to where I'm at. So that's why I'm very loyal to her.
She is very loyal.
Yes.
But going back to the business structuring, you started like everybody else.
Yes, correct.
There's no structure.
Yes,
Right?
I did. Sadly,
And then as you started getting into taxes, that's when you realized that
I paid too much in taxes. So I was like, oh my
Yeah,
God, what do I need to do?
Exactly. And so that's kind of the concept is you as a business owner need to understand your business structure. You may not think the business is gonna boom, but it could take one person, like JT Fox says, it takes one person to change the entire life and how you thrive. Okay. And so if it just takes that one person, and then now you have this big, huge company that you never thought you would have,
Yes.
you were never structured correctly. So I'm kind of a firm believer in just setting it up correctly the first time. And I can say that now that I've learned from my mistakes. So set up your business correctly. And how do you know how to set it up? Like when we took this business structuring class, there's so many different types of businesses. So what do you recommend people do to learn?
Well,
Which is the best way to go?
I think it's best to talk to a CPA, somebody that really understands your business, not just any CPA. So let's say that if you're in a real estate arena, then find a CPA or find somebody that's expert in that field, or actually have rental property that understand how that works.
So do you think that if I wanted to form a business entity, do you think I should be talking to a CPA, or do you think I should be talking to an attorney, or who should I be talking to? Because that's what people are gonna ask. So like, who do I talk to? Where do I go?
Well, I mean, you have to interview them to see, but the thing is, you might not know the answer, or because you can just meet that one person and then you can just gravitate toward whatever they're saying. It might not be correct, and you won't even know it. So I think it's best that you should do your research first.
That's right.
Before you talk to them.
100% agree. 100% agree, because I started my LLC and later I was advised by a tax attorney that that's what I should do. He used to do my taxes, and so I did.
So we're not saying that LLC is correct, okay?
No, we're not. We're saying that you need to do your research and find somebody that you can talk about this with. You should be talking. I think there's two really good people you need to be discussing this with. You need to have a good general business attorney, and I think you need to have a very good CPA or a tax person that handles all your stuff. And we're going to talk a little bit about how you should know what vendor that is. But having your business set up correctly from the start is the most important, because it's going to help reduce your liabilities, both taxes and legally, later on in the future. And so raise your hand right now if you know how you're set up. Okay, raise your hand if you know what you should be set up like.
I don't know. I'm still debating.
Yeah, it depends on the
I'm
business,
still
depends on the
debating.
income, it depends on that thing. But let's roll into the vendors. Because I do consider lawyers and CPAs vendors, are vendors of your business, right? So you were just talking earlier about if you have let's say you're a real estate investor, and you want to work with an attorney or a tax person that is in that field. Why is that?
Because they have the best interest in their mind, because they are already investing. So they have to research to see, what's best for them. So
so you're saying that if you're a real estate investor, you should be working with a tax person that's involved in real estate, actually has our own real estate investments.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which makes sense. Because that means if they have their own real estate investments, that means they're filing their own taxes.
Correct.
They're staying up on the code.
Yes.
What do you think is the worst kind of tax person to have?
I guess somebody that don't know what they're talking about. Because I do encounter that I see that they do prepare taxes, but they're not utilizing all the deduction that they can for you.
Right.
So maybe they just going through the motion of filing taxes, but not the detail.
So you mean like what one person said on the webinar this week, is there a historian? Somebody who calls you towards the end of the year that says, send me everything you have and I'll predict what you owe. Do you think that's a good person, yes or no?
No, I don't think so. Because somebody have to be proactive with you throughout the year.
Yeah, because once a year's over, you owe those taxes.
Yes,
like
so
you can't buy nothing, you
no.
can't invest in anything.
Right.
You're done so.
So they need to be, I guess, working with you along the way throughout the year to guide you. I guess certain deductions that you can take or certain steps that you need to do to reduce down your tax liability.
So think to yourself right now, when's the last time you heard from your CPA or whoever's handling your taxes? They're all CPAs, right? Or
no, not necessary.
Whoever is doing your taxes, when's the last time you heard from them and what advice did they give you? And if you don't remember and they didn't give you any, that is your signal to find somebody else.
Yes.
But don't you think too that it's hard? Because like as a business owner, right? Like let's say you own a tax business. Like don't you think it's hard when sometimes clients aren't loyal to you as for what you bring value to them? So don't you think that clients also have to find somebody to work with and not just always search the best, who's the cheapest at filing my taxes?
Yeah, I mean, cheap is not always the best.
Right.
Yeah, because cheap, they just...
Or chain, cheap and chain, hell no. Right? Like chain tax people are not, they're just data entry.
Yes.
They're just entering your stuff. They're not helping you. Right?
No. Well, I don't know because I never deal with them, so I don't know.
Oh, you know who we need to call? I know somebody we need to bring on as an interview for our tax stuff. But here at the end of the day, like you should be working with somebody who has your best interest. They should be.
But how would they know? How would the client know or vet those people out? Oh, I guess maybe because networking and I guess you talk to different people who they use.
Yeah, you should network. So like, for example, like your client that owns the nail salon, okay, how's their business structured? You know, how's their accountant discussing things with them? Were they referred to them from another nail salon owner? I mean, sometimes, working with your competitors is good because you start realizing and learning things. But I think clients have to, or I think business owners have to find somebody that works for them and continue to work with them as long as they're meeting your needs. Your accountant, or not accountant, whoever's handling your taxes should be reducing your tax liabilities, giving you those strategies all year round, and not just taking your receipts and putting them in there. They're going to be the ones who advise you how they want. Okay, let me tell you what. I can already tell you the number one sign of somebody that's terrible. If you hand them a box of receipts, which is terrible, terrible business ownership right there. If you're a receipt box person, that's terrible. Yes,
because you need some kind of bookkeeping.
You need some kind of bookkeeping, but if you are the type of person that has nothing electronically and everything's in a shoebox and you hand it to somebody, that's probably not a good accountant or a good tax person, because that means they're spending more time going through your little receipts than telling you you need to do this electronically. It saves you time, it saves them time, so they can focus on giving you strategies. Don't you think?
You kind of summed it all up. She did a good job.
So you have to vet them out. They have to maybe have a specialty in your industry, or ask them questions like, how are you going to help me, and hold them accountable to that. Make sure it's in writing. I think having things in writing is good.
I think it's best if we, like you know your field better, so maybe you seek out other people in your field and talk to them. What other deductions that they took, or what are they doing differently in order for you to know, because truthfully, if you go to your vendor or go to your tax person, you don't really know what type of questions to ask, and you don't know if they're good or not.
No, you don't, because and that also kind of like segues into this other point I want to make is you as a business owner, it is your responsibility to know so that you can hold your other vendors accountable. For example, we are not good with marketing, or like like social media marketing and marketing like Google ads and stuff.
Uh-huh.
But we had to take a class and we had to take some time to learn it, because when we go to hire somebody, we need to be able to hold them accountable. We need to know the right questions to ask to know if they're good. We have to know how to hold them accountable for the results. And that's ultimately what you have to do as a business owner. So you just going around like being ignorant to the laws, or, you know, ignorance is bliss. I like to be ignorant sometimes, but you're not allowed to be.
No.
But, you know, and that's kind of a strange word. Most people are like, I'm not ignorant. I don't want to listen to this. But at the end of the day, you are not allowed. It's your business, it's your livelihood. Like, you gotta know this stuff. Like, you need to know a little bit about taxes. You need to know a little bit about business structure. You should be questioning everything so that you can learn.
So if you're paying too much taxes, then it's time to change.
Yes. If they haven't given you a strategy, if they haven't helped you figure out, like, look, or giving you a suggestion about how to set up your entity, you need to start looking for somebody else.
Correct.
They don't have your best interest. And really, ultimately, and I learned this from, again, JT Fox. We talk about him all the time. He's super good. But his CFO, right, Charlie?
Yes,
is
Charlie.
CFO. Charlie,
It's the money guy.
he's the money guy. He
Yes.
watches all the numbers and advises on everything. But JT doesn't just rely on that. JT also knows his numbers. He asks a lot of questions. But Charlie, who manages the money, and he's, you know, he has built a relationship with JT, and their relationship has grown differently. They went from this phase of building. Now we make a lot of money, so now we got to look at different strategies and reducing tax liabilities and investing in other companies or investing in other things, and that's how your relationship should go with your
So vertically.
vertically.
Yes.
So the other thing too is you have to I forgot what I was saying. I talked too much. But yeah, so they need to constantly be giving you suggestions, and not wait till the end of the year to collect your box of receipts.
So you want to do a poll?
Yeah, we're gonna do a poll.
Okay.
Do you collect box of receipts, or do you actually have it electronically?
Bookkeeping
Yeah.
apps.
You have bookkeeping apps?
Yeah.
Okay. Answer our poll. You'll see
Box or bookkeeping apps.
Box or actual bookkeeping. And then bookkeeping can be anything. It can be as simple as, you know, QuickBooks. It can be
Excel sheet.
Yeah. Google Sheets, whatever.
Mhm.
Something electronically. And if you're not doing it, you should be doing it. You better get to it, because your tax person probably doesn't like you anyways. And that's why they're not giving you strategies. Because they have to go through all your little box of receipts. So, boom.
Thank you for joining us today on Wise Up Biz Talk. If you enjoyed, please subscribe and leave a rating. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube at Wise Up Biz Talk. Please share our episodes on your business page with friends and family so they too can wise up. Always a business lesson in everything. See you on the next episode.